Hello, folks. Welcome back. This is 3 at 3 for the 15th of February, 2022. I am your host, John Najarian. We're about to talk about unusual activity. What does that mean? Unusual activity means that our computers have picked up unusually large buying, usually in large blocks of calls, which is bullish, or puts, which is bearish. Now, we all know we're seeing a pretty nice rally out of the markets today. The Dow is up 405 points with an hour to trade. The S&P is up 66 points, or about 1.5%. And the NASDAQ is up 326 points. That's 2.33%. These are very solid rallies. So where is the smart money going today? I'm about to show you, and that's what unusual activity is all about. Also, we are launching our crypto conversations. These are conversations with, like, Pascal Gauthier of Ledger, CEO of Ledger. I was able to do a number of these interviews over the past little bit here, and we will be posting them up on our YouTube site. I will have a link for you tomorrow, but if you go to YouTube and you type in Market Rebellion, you will see them, but I'll give you a link to it tomorrow as well. That said, interest rates, where do they stand right now? Well, if you've been following things, the 10-year yield on the 10-year interest rate has pushed up over 2%. And no wonder, because the inflation numbers were pretty big. But the good news is that Russia, of course, has at least made overtures towards wanting to have a diplomatic solution rather than a solution where they annex and or maybe get into a battle with folks from Ukraine, as well as hopefully not our troops. But nonetheless, we're keeping our eye on the 10-year rate still. And I told you yesterday, there were only a few spots left. We are now sold out. Sold out live at the Players Championship. If you'd like to get on the list in case somebody cancels, well, you can go to marketrebellion.com/golf. That's marketrebellion.com/golf, or dial 888-809-8058. That's 888-809-8058. And who knows, maybe you get lucky and somebody has had to give up their seat and you could jump into that. But we are officially sold out. First one today I want to talk about is Under Armour. Stock is $17.85, and they're buying the 25th of February, so not this week, but next Friday, expiring 1750 calls. What do you need to know besides that? Well, these calls are 35 cents in the money. Bought 5,000 of them, so that means they control 500,000 share equivalent if they choose to exercise these calls and turn them into stock. Now, Under Armour, that's a fairly big bet. And Under Armour is a stock that, of course, as long as they get their supply chain in order, has had pretty decent demand throughout the COVID pandemic. As more and more people work out, and perhaps more of us return to the gym, those who elected not to go in because of the mask wearing and so forth will probably be returning as the mask mandates are dropped. So that is the first of today's 3 at 3 unusual call buying. Next Friday, 1750 calls, Under Armour. Next one is Roblox. Why? They've got earnings after the bell today. If you take a look at what they did last time they had earnings after the bell, well, they went from under 80 to over 130, like that. So with the stock at 69.77, I was noting an awful lot of Feb 70s were trading, strikes all the way up to the 100 strike were trading. I think we should pay attention to that. But since this is basically just a couple of hour play, I think it's very wise to sell an upside call against whatever call you elect to buy. If you want to follow us into this one, this is deep end of the pool stuff, folks, when you're trading earnings. Could these things go to nothing? You bet they could. That's why I will be buying calls and selling an upside call against it. Do I limit my upside? Yeah, that means I won't hit a home run if I'm right, but I will be there to eat and to feast if I am right. Nonetheless, I just won't hit a home run. On the other hand, if the stock disappoints for whatever reason, not enough gamers, not enough time on the Roblox site and so forth, if any of those things are negative, then these calls go to dust. So I would rather lose less money when I'm wrong, and I do that by selling those upside calls against what I buy. 1-to-1, not ratioing anything here, folks. So just letting you know. Roblox, February 70 calls, they expire this Friday. AMD, talked about this one for my final trade. Lisa Su is the CEO over at AMD, almost said Roblox. But she has, of course, absorbed Xilinx. They are and have just said the demand for their product remains unusually strong, and that they will not be able to meet all the demand this year, 2022. It'll take till next year just to work through the demand. Forget about the organic stuff that's just out there that people that just buy on a regular basis, computer manufacturers, data centers, and the like. So AMD, stocks 119, they're buying 20,000 of the Feb 126 calls. They also bought a ton of the Feb 116s, 117s, 118s, 119s, all the way up to the 126 strike. So these calls expire Friday as well. So be aware, and every time I'm talking about something that has just a few days to live, I am actively shortening up my swing, and I am selling an upside call like that against it so that I can mitigate that time decay that is so fierce in something that expires so quickly. If you'd like to learn more about trading stock, options, futures, cryptocurrency, go to marketrebellion.com, marketrebellion.com/get started, and you can see all about our educational offerings. You can see about coaching, mentoring. You can also talk to one of our strategists and specialists if you choose to. 888-809-8058. That's 888-809-8058. Or go to marketrebellion.com/get started. It's going to do it for me today, folks. I was on the halftime report. I will be back in New York tomorrow, and halftime report on Thursday. See you then.